Welcome to Legacy of 64. Awake.
Educate.
Celebrate. Collaborate.
Renovate. A pathway to overcoming racism in America.
Hello, my name is O.C. Jones, and I'll be your speaker for the topic Awake.
Hello, my name is Shakur Griffin, and I'll be your speaker for the topic Educate.
Hello, I am Tydarius Young, and I'll be the speaker for your topics Celebrate and Collaborate.
I am Darren Hunt, and I'll be a speaker for the topic Renovate.
Our purpose in creating this documentary is to help people understand that riots are significant indicators that something is terribly wrong in society. Understand that riots are people sacrificing their living environment and sometimes putting their lives at risk to ensure that wrongs are set right. Rather than see riots as a problem in society, we want to share that riots have brought about significant change in our history. Our hope is to promote and educate youth and all people who are unaware of this phenomenon. Ultimately, we believe the best way for this to happen is to create a way to memorialize the wrongs and show the pathway to solving one of America's biggest problems, racism. This film gives insight into the minds of youth and questions the reason why so many youth remain uneducated about the history of race riot.
We must awaken the hearts of America to remind her of what she stands for: liberty, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness for all. I first found out about the Rochester race riots when I was 16 in July of 2015. When I first found out about the riots, I was surprised, embarrassed, and disappointed. I was surprised because I never heard about the riots until then. I was also embarrassed because I felt like if something like this happened in my own hometown, why shouldn't I have heard about it before now? And I was disappointed in not only my community, but also at my school for not teaching me about these riots and not educating me about the effect that they had on Rochester.
What were the Rochester race riots?
July 64 is one of the most vital riots that happened in Rochester, New York history. It lasted about 3 days. However, the media found the statistics of the event especially eye-catching. During these riots, about 893 people living in the Joseph Avenue area were arrested. 350 of them were injured, and also 5 people were killed during this time. About 250 stores were looted or damaged, contributing to a total estimate of over $2 million of damages. As an attempt to suppress the riot, 450 state troopers and 1,500 National Guard troops were called in. This action ended the riots quickly.
Why should we even care about Rochester race riots?
You should care because it is important to know where you came from and how far African Americans have come as a community. The July 64 riots educate teenagers on their roots and how hard racists have fought for their rights, promoting racial acceptance. With education, law enforcement, flaws, and concerns about police restraint can become action and taken to legislation. And as we become the voice of change, change can occur. It starts with the youth. Why should we learn about the race riots in school?
If we learned about the Rochester race riots in school, our knowledge of our local history would increase with that of our global history. Through learning about these riots and the African American struggle, other cultures may become more understanding to these issues. And as people discuss them more formally, untold history would be revealed. Further education on these topics would also become more easily accessible to the students, as this education is integrated into the school curriculum. If anyone, you should have prime access to this information to know how it affects them going into the future.
What if we did have an exhibit on Joseph Avenue?
If we had an exhibit on Joseph, something like this could raise community pride, bring about change in the city, could bring about change in the world. An exhibit like this could be a prime example of why all people of different ethnicities, black, white, Asian, should unite as one. Every year, new additions could be added to this exhibit to show how far we've come as people, how far we've changed, how much have we changed. And would it be so bad if this exhibit brought a little money back to the city? This exhibit could only bring about good to Rochester, because its prime purpose would be to educate young folks. They don't understand, and half of them don't even know about the riots of '64. This exhibit could be the prime example why they should know.
Why is it important that we recognize the people that came forward to help rebuild Rochester?
by not recognizing the people that helped came forward to rebuild Rochester. Think about what happened. Their entire legacy would be destroyed. No memory of what happened, and the way the city is today would not exist. By forgetting about these people or not recognizing them, as you put it, we forget our past, we forget our present, and we tend to forget our future. We lose our history, and we tend to lose a part of ourselves. Every detail, every step, every maneuver that came forward into making this city what it is today, we lose. By not recognizing these people, the advantages we have, the progress we have made, is all forgotten. The legacy that these people put in to make this city, Rochester, New York, is forgotten.